my loves, welcome to Tarot and Ink. I've been wanting to do this reading for a while now, so we're going to be looking at your love life relationships, but categorized down into your horoscope. So we'll be looking at things like, what's going on in love, what's coming in, what's leaving, all that kind of stuff. I am an intuitive reader, so I'm just going to tune in with the energy of whatever horoscope you have and then pull through. So it may be a confirmation because I have, loads of slips in here with like languages and places and occupation and like descriptions, all sorts are in here. You can see. So I'll be pulling that. I'll be pulling names or letters out of here, and hopefully we'll be able to make some names. You can ignore this. This is my cup of tea because I'm going to lose my voice at some point. And and I've also got a yes or no little spinny spin coin as well. So you can ask a question at the end of it, and I should hopefully get a good spin out of this. But yeah, I use the Thoth Tarot deck, which is called the Mirror to the Soul. It is known within the tarot community as being particularly accurate. we'll go with that. Brutal is another word. It is very like being punched in the face with tarot. With that, and then I have a much nicer and much gentler, the kind of love fairy oracle as well. I say gentler. I find some of these a bit harsh, really. But that's what we're going to do in this reading. So this is obviously the introduction. Please go to whichever horoscope works for you. I would just, as a basis, always go with your rising sign because it is the most accurate to what you are. So as an example, I am a Taurus because I'm born in May. I'm a very stereotypical Taurus in every sense of the word, but my rising is Gemini. So, and the rising is, what's ruled predominantly. For me, it would be Gemini and Mercury. So it's thinking and communication and being analytical and seeing things that others don't and stuff like that. That's me in a nutshell, more so than like Taurus. And obviously you have your moon. If you don't know your top 3 horoscopes, go through, there's loads of like websites that do like a free chart thing with it. I use Chani. So there's the Chani app, and Chani in general is just absolutely incredible. And this is not a plug, I don't know her, I'm just saying what I use. But yeah, the Chani app is the best thing I've ever found. And I've been doing this a long time. So I've been doing this. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Yeah, I've been reading tarot, and I've been doing this for almost 30 years. I've been doing tarot professionally for almost 20. And that's on the phones, in person, with family and friends, at events, you name it. So even though I'm quite new to YouTube, I'm not new to this. And love readings are my specialty, along with transitions as well. That's the other thing I'm good. But thank you for listening to the introduction. Please go through and find your horoscopes. And yeah, I really recommend listening, finding out what your rising sign is and listening to that one, because that will tend to be more accurate. Thank you. Oh, and please like and subscribe. It really helps me out as a new YouTuber, so I can keep making these. And everything is for entertainment purposes only. Have fun with it. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We're channeling in the collective as well. Sorry, that's because it's like Aries season. I'm wanting to be like, let's get into this. But that's what I'm going to do now. So yeah, thank you. Please find your horoscope in the timestamps. Hello. I appreciate this is a bit random. I am using a filter so that I can remain anonymous. But you may have noticed that in the introduction I said there will be timestamps for your sign. There are no timestamps. I have uploaded every single sign separately. So there are 12.
I can't count. There are 12 videos, each with different signs. So Aries, you have your own. Taurus, you have your own. Yada, 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 yada. With anything else, I promise you I am a very serious tarot reader. I know what I'm doing. It's all good. But yeah, I didn't anticipate how big one massive video would be. And my phone cried. So it is what it is. But yeah, on to your reading. Please enjoy. Thank you so much.
Hello, Leos. I don't know if you can hear this, but my cat is purring as soon as I started your reading. So yes, welcome to Leo. This is your love reading. Because, I mean, I said this in the introduction, but because I read intuitively, we're going to be looking at love across the board in general for the Leo collective. So this, I'm not sure what's going to come up. We could be looking at, it's been different for each sign, but we could be looking at what's coming up, where you're at, you know, what's coming in, what you should be looking for. But ultimately, we're going to be pulling out some cards. I've just found a letter that we're missing, so maybe the letter K is really important for some of you. But yeah, we're going to be pulling out some cards, which is the Thoth Tarot, which is my beautiful deck I've been using for 30 plus years. We're going to pick out, that was left from the previous pile. We're going to pick out some cards in terms of like the angel romance advice. We've got letters, so you can pick out words, initials, whichever else. And you've got a yes or no coin, so you can ask a question at the end. And then, oh, sorry, Morrigan. Let me fix her. And then I've also got a bunch of very specific sort of words. I mean, a lot of these will be places or their languages or jobs or ways of thinking. Or, I mean, I spent like 9 hours just looking at different categories and then, you know, connecting intuitively and cutting things up. I think it was over 9 hours. It was a long time. Like this bag is, you can see it with the size of my hand. This is packed full of stuff. So it's very, very, very specific. With that, I mean, you could have filled a bag up with just languages, but I took a lot of stuff. So we've had different languages come through already. And for you, I'm already hearing Hindi. As well with that, so take that what resonates. I feel like that's somebody's code word as well, as if to be like, oh, this is my reading if I hear the word Hindi. So Leo, let's pick out your, somebody's got dad vibes. I've got like a dad vibes, the Limp Bizkit song on my head. Somebody's Generation X. I feel like a lot of you come to this reading and you're like, it's this code word, it's this code name. I want that. Yeah. And there's very much a like, I think Leo with Aries energy, there's very much like a hunter gatherer kind of energy with you at the minute. There's a prowlness. Leo. Yeah, my ears are buzzing. So that's a yes. You know, and I'm surrounded by Leos. You know, and you're generous and you're creative and you're optimistic, loving people. And a lot of you are quite shy, you know, and every Leo I know actually has a shyness to them. I'm too busy talking and not focusing on this. Yeah, but you love you, yeah. This is exactly what I was about to say. Do I want to pull? Yeah, I do. Oh, look at you! You're the only one that got the Lovers card. Yeah, with Leo, this is what I was gonna say. There's a lot of you that have a real shyness to you, but you tend to, you know, take some bravery and shine out of that a little bit. And you're a peoply kind of person, even though you like to. Some of you like to be a bit of a hermit. You know, if you were in a hospital, for example, you would know all of the staff. You would know what they did, you know, how they are, who their mother, parent, grandparent, whatever is. You'll know everything there is to know about those people. And it's not just one, it's like everyone and anything else. You are, and that's how you deal with your shyness. But I feel like a lot of Leos, and I'm seeing it here as well with the kind of strife and the hangman and trying to overcome that. You're very much a kind of sign that tends to, how do I say this without Leos getting offended? You're a sign that tends to attribute your self-worth to different like external measures. So like how many people you know, who you know, connecting people up with each other, how brightly you shine. And you don't need to. You just need to shine bright. And there's in one of the cards, and I can't remember which one, but it talks about how a flower doesn't bloom because of like people that want to go across and smell a flower. It blooms because that's what it does. It's a flower, and that's what you need to. A lot of you need to remember and realize, Leo, is that you are a flower that just naturally needs to bloom and to bloom. And if people want to come over and they want to smell that flower, some of you are taking that in a sexual context, and that's not what I meant. But there we go. We're going to continue. If you, that's funny. If if somebody wants to come over and smell that flower, then that's fine. That's good on them. That's what a joy for them to have. Yeah, you're gonna still bloom. So yeah, we've got completion, and we've got Aries, energy with this whole thing. You are really in your element this season. You're putting things into completion. I feel like a lot of you are focusing on work, and there's goals and orientation and striving forward. It's not just love and relationships. You do have a tendency to attribute your self-worth to your career. And I feel like I really want to tell you to not do that so much, because some of you are really losing, like you are becoming your career in that way. You're losing your identity in that career. You're losing your identity in, if you don't have a significant other, in the idea of your significant other. And there's a point where that becomes unhealthy because you lose yourself. And in a relationship, you thrive by being yourself, your authentic self. So it's finding the balance within that, and it's, yeah, and a lot of you are learning that situation. We've got, it's one of the most Leo cards you can get, which is the Prince of Wands, because you've got that courage, you've got that fire, you've got that blaze, and Aries is really giving you like the kick up the backside to go for stuff. And you'll go in forward with things without any real decision, with not, yeah, I think some of you real decision, but any real thought behind it. Like this feels like there's no planning. We're just going full, 0 to 100. It's not even 60. It's full on. I'm hearing like a New Yorkie kind of accent, like upstate, almost Buffalo. Kind of we're going up. Yeah, some of you, I'm so sorry, I'm just gonna say it. There's a brash Americanness with some of you, Leo, in that essence, but it's kind of like a New York attitude to it. One of my, I don't know why I'm saying this, but we're saying it and it's going to resonate with someone. So, soz, as in sorry. But like one of my best friends is from upstate, and she always explains it in a way that, New Yorkers, New York State, that side of America, can come across as rude and harsh, but they're kind. And that's what you are, Leo. You are kind. You will give the shirt off your own back for a complete stranger. You are the good Samaritan in every way, and in every way, But there is a brashness. You're gonna say it as it is. You're gonna be like, "Why did you leave the house without a shirt? What kind of idiot?" Blah 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 blah. As you're handing them your shirt, it's like that kind of thing. And I feel like you're approaching those of you that are single, love and relationships, and all of that in that way. Like you're going on a date and you're being kind, but there's a brashness, and not everyone can take your not just your humor, but like your sense of the way you communicate. There we go. We're gonna say it in that way. Your Princess of Discs. I'm just gonna touch on these because I've already explained through, but just how they connect. So you got Princess of Discs. Here, there's a grounded earth likeness, but you can see how regal she is, and again, more Aries comes through, and the staff connects both to the heaven and the earth, and she's pregnant as well. And this is less about literal pregnancy and more about pregnant with ideas and pregnant with creativity and the creation of things that bring you life, bring you joy. But there's a balance in this, and this always reminds me of things that are handmade. Some of you are crafters, you're really good with your hands, not always the best at communicating, but you can act really well, or you can say other people's words and lines really well. You can make things or write things down, or you communicate over text or whichever else. I don't feel like you're a completely digital person. Excuse me. But because I feel like a lot of you prefer to have a conversation over the phone, or especially in person, but sometimes you don't always have the breadth to talk things through. And the bits that I was talking earlier before about, putting your self-worth elsewhere is here. Strife is about, that blocked energy, anything else. And the hangman is the hangman. Like, how else do you explain the hangman? He is the hangman. I just realized I need to cover it. He's very naked. I need to cover him up. And the hangman is about not just changing perspective, but allowing yourself to be completely vulnerable and willing to adapt and change and mold, than anything else. And and deal with those mood swings. Some of you have real like cat-like mood swings, and the Knight of Wands is about putting things. You see the kind of fire, like Aries is really giving you that push to be like, yeah, you are amazing, and you will. If you're looking for love, you'll find love. A lot of you are very much in this kind of fated, unification. You've got the Lover's card. There can't be a bigger yes than the Lover's card. Maybe the Sun, but it's still like a yes. So if you are looking for a significant other, I feel not many of you are in a kind of complicated relationship. It's not so much your style. You like to know your boundaries and your lines and how you operate in them, and also how you break them. But yeah, that's a yes. Let's give you your romance angels. Leo, 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 Leo. We're knocking. I've got knocking on heaven's door in my head now. Yeah, there's a proper, like, I'm getting old school rocker kind of vibes with some of you. You're greedy, you want to. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have 3. Oh, Leo. You're being told to let go of control issues. A Leo with control issues? Who would have thought? Not all of you, to be fair. But yeah, somebody needed to hear that to allow oh my goodness, allow this situation to unfold naturally. Some of you needed to hear that. But I think for the most part, a lot of you need to release an ex. And I feel like that goes with some of you couples, you Leo couples as well, because Leos tend to carry around, this is my perspective, but also what I'm getting here is that you guys, Leos, tend to carry around emotional trauma in that sense. And it might not be the case that you want that ex back or anything else, but it's the feeling of being with another person. And it goes back to that self-worth thing again, where it's like, the more you attribute your self-worth to other things, the more you blend into other people, the more you lose yourself, the less of yourself you become, obviously, but like the less you shine. That's what I'm trying to say. And just make the effort. This, for me, this isn't just about, great lovers worth taking the steps. This to me, making the effort, you see how it's all focused on herself. On there, it's to me, it's about make the effort on yourself to shift your sense of self-worth, to move more into who you are. Like, what do you enjoy doing? What do you love doing? What makes you Leo brighter and even more? You know, what makes you purr? You know, Jinx is all snuggled up and snoozing now, and she purred at the start of this. But like, what makes you purr? All right. I hope that was helpful. The thing is, it's really funny about channelings because partway through that I forgot everything that I was saying, and it happened really quickly. Somebody else wanted to come out again. No, we're good. Okay, let's pick your initials. This is going to be a bit loud. I want to go here. I want to grab that F and that M as well. Right, give me a second as I turn these around. And as I'm doing that, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe because it really helps me make these videos. I'm just going to move my tea. If you have any feedback, any requests, please send them to me. Please comment. Please let me know. I'm more than happy to adjust things or dive deeper into things, or maybe just pull like just Scrabble and we'll make some excuse me, I was gonna say make some noise, but that's not quite what I wanted to say. Make some what's the word I'm looking for? Make some adjustments. Excuse me a second. So move the mic. There we go. I'm just gonna take a sip of my tea. A very cold brew. Okay, so I'm saying nose to start off with. Oh, I was gonna say there's no E, but yeah, there is. So nose. Somebody has a not a I don't want to say big nose, but somebody has a strong nose. We'll go with that. I'm seeing walk. Walk in some circles is slang for getting two people getting busy. Two people getting busy in the bedroom. You are walking. I don't know why that came to me. Some of you want to get down. You want to, you've got a lot of energy at the minute, Leo, in Aries. So, you know, there's a, somebody's put a spring in your step. Sorry, 1 second. Excuse me, I'm so sorry if that's so loud. I did cover the mic. Yar. There's a silliness to you, and you just want to be like yar, instead of yes. Like you wouldn't say the word yes. You just kind of there's a playful silliness to you. Ink. I'm seeing Monsters Inc. in my head. With this, some of you, there's a real kind of like nostalgia vibe to this group. There's a real throwback vibe. You're someone that loves to escape into silly movies and fun things, and it's about that brightness and bringing that spark up. And I feel like a lot of you need to, and yeah, it's removing that self-worth away from people and just counting on yourself. You can only count on yourself, but no matter what happens, you have your own back. Somebody needed to hear that. So can we see anything else? I can see ran. We got rain. Rain. Somebody loves to dance in the rain. Again, dancing in the rain. Nostalgic. Great movie. Git. Somebody else had git. Maybe it was Taurus. But yeah, somebody's being a git. Maybe on purpose. This is a different vibe. Somebody's being like a playful git. If you don't know what git means, please just look it up. It's a very English thing. Although we say it in Ireland as well. Yeah, like we do say it in Ireland. We say it a lot in Ireland, to be fair. So Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else, so I'm going to give you a second. I'm trying to think if I'm seeing any names. I just heard the name Tom. There we go. We've got Tom, Thomas. I heard something else. I definitely cannot say that on YouTube. Torn backside. That was gross. So, some of you are really wanting to get down. There's a kind of brandiness to this group. Fee, as in Fiona. Should I spell Fiona? I can spell Fiona. And now I'm thinking of Shrek. Again, nostalgic. Fantastic movie. Yar is from Hot Fuzz. One of my favorite movies. I keep hearing is it TMV? TMZ? The kind of gossip channely thing, but it feels like a negative, like rumors that aren't true kind of thing. Yeah, that's kind of it. So I'm going to move that over there. We are going to do your. I just heard the name Moran, Moran, Moran. We're going to pull your thing. So focus for a second. Take a deep breath, and it's here. Oh, you got a few. So we have talkative, a Leo that is talkative. We know this, but also your significant person. Grey and silver hair. You could be. This is. Sorry, I'm going to say it as I'm getting like a nostalgic kind of vibe. Some of you could be going grey. Prison or justice system. Somebody is really into like social care, prison justice system, like in a community. I was talking about Ireland, and you got Galway. This doesn't have to be you. This can be the significant person, your significant other. Some of these places, like Turkey or Vancouver, or like Belgium, could be more a case of you're wanting to go on holiday with your significant person. You meet this person on holiday, or somebody from Belgium is your connector. So that's an interesting one. I'm so sorry if I butcher this. Speaks Telugu. Somebody's an artistic thinker from Lebanon. I also get the feeling with languages, they speak multiple languages as well. So yeah, you could meet in a forest or woodlands, or maybe that's what you feel most kind of alive. Someone's a coffee drinker, long hair for them as well as for you. So it could be, I don't know, something that's like shoulder length kind of thing, or even longer. Like I said, Belgium. Oh, excuse me, I want to yawn. Somebody's tired. Yeah, that's what I've got for you, Leo. I'm just gonna spin. So, think of your question. If it's a bit of a dud spin, take that as a maybe. Leo. That's a good spin. Your answer is no. So your answer is new. Thank you very much, Leo. That is the end of your reading. Please like and subscribe. Really, really, really appreciate it. Again, please comment. Just let me know if anything resonates, if you enjoyed these little specific card bits. If with the letters, different people will see different things. So please write down any words that you see. And yeah, I really appreciate you. As ever, there's lots of other stuff on my other channels. On my channel. And everything's broken into playlists. So yeah, thank you so very much.